What's up, YouTube? You checking out the Frequent Flyer, and this is my review of Horizon Hobbies Blade Nano QX 3D. And this is the quad here. This thing is a really awesome quad. I mean, this thing is just crazy. I've been having loads of fun with this quadcopter. It's better than anything else that I've ever flown in this size. It's actually not a nano quad. As you can see, this thing is a micro quad. It's the size of a micro quad, but Horizon Hobby, they have that naming system. They started out with a Blade Nano QX. Just to show you what this looks like next to the Blade Nano QX. That's it there. So a lot of changes, some big changes made to the way it's built. This looks more like it, more closer to the way the original Blade Nano QX looks. But one thing that I can say that I don't like about this quad, the build of it, is how they switched it up and made it more like this thing is more like a Proto X, the way they built it, using the PCB board as the frame. I really don't like that. I think they should have kept it this way, the way that the original one was. Somehow they could have done that instead of having the PCB board be the frame, because I think that leaves it wide open to damage when you're crashing. And sure enough, my LEDs were out. I found a fix for it on RC groups, but not everybody knows how to solder. Not everybody has a soldering iron. So this thing does take damage well. However, the LEDs don't take crashes well. I meant to say take crashes well. This does take crashes well, but the LEDs, they really don't stand up to where I had lost a couple LEDs. But other than that, this thing flies really nice. I think it looks really cool. They have my favorite color on there, red. I think this thing just looks awesome. Look at it. It's an awesome flyer too. This thing, it goes into agility mode. Now agility mode with this is a little more deep than with the original Blade Nano QX. These motors here are multi-directional. In other words, they can give negative and positive thrust. So it's kind of like a collective pitch helicopter, it seems. Let me show you. I have the bind and fly version, so I've been flying it with my Devo 7E, and the settings that I have on here are I've only been able to fly it in beginner's mode and agility mode. And now just to explain agility mode, because it's something different. Agility mode, the safe position for your throttle stick is at 50%, because at 50% the props will be spinning, but the quad that's like neutral. Now when you go up on a throttle, it'll cause positive thrust, and when you go below 50%, then it's negative thrust, so it pulls down. So it's really easy to break your quad if you don't know how to fly it and you're trying to learn on agility mode, because your quad can slam into the ground or you lose control. Also, it's only a three axis gyro, and so there's no help with stabilizing, no accelerometer help. So the quad can turn all the way over and flip. You can flip it actually. So it's really deep, man. This thing it's not for beginners, I don't think, especially agility mode. You break the quad really quick. So beginner's mode, beginner mode, with the stock transmitter, there's a button that you can press to get this thing to flip, and it'll do a 360 flip. It'll do a 360 flip, but it's different than what we're used to seeing quads do. This thing will do a 180, stop for a second, and then it'll do another 180. So it's sort of like boom, boom. It'll flip like that. So it looks a little odd, but it's awesome at the same time. Now, when you go to intermediate mode, that's when you hit the button and it'll flip one time and it'll stay inverted. This quad can fly inverted, and it looks awesome flying that way. Too bad I haven't been able to find out how to get intermediate mode programmed in this Devo 7E yet. But even without being able to flip it that way, this quad is the best quad that I've flown. And the reason why is because how precise it is. The yaw rate is really quick on this quadcopter. However, you can control it really well. I was wondering if it was because of me using the Devo 7E, but a well-respected source let me know that it's the same with the stock transmitter. So this thing is a really awesome quadcopter. It's really precise in how it flies. It has a lot of power. This thing is more powerful than the Blade Nano QX. It's a little more powerful. This thing flies a little light to me compared to this. This thing flies with more thrust. It's stronger. It's faster. Man, I can't say enough about how precise this thing is and how well it flies. What else is there to say about it? Oh yeah, it comes with a 200 milliamp hour battery. It's not the same size as the original Nano QX, so you can't use that one. This is the battery here, so it's not the same size, so they're not interchangeable, and it's a 200 milliamp hour 30C battery. So that's really cool. It has a lot of power output. This thing is really nice. It comes with an extra set of spare props, and it comes with an instructions manual. It's in perfect English, and this thing is really awesome, man. I just need some more batteries for this thing. You might think it's a little pricey, however, it's worth every penny. So let's go check this thing out in flight. Okay, so this is a night flight and test / demo of the Blade Nano QX 3D. I'm going to be flying it with the Devo 7E with deviation firmware. And first off, I want to give a shout out to Paulo27 because my LEDs were out. They were going, it seemed like at one point in time they were going out after each flight, and he posted something on our C groups, and he had a fix for the LEDs, and I tried it and it works. So I have all of my LEDs back now, so he's part of the reason why this night flight is possible now with this thing. So again, shout out to Paulo27. And also I want to give a shout out to from RC groups, RC Fly Air, because he posted settings up there for the Devo 7E for me to be able to get in agility mode. So I'm not going to be getting in agility mode now, but seems like every time I decide to fly this thing outdoors, it starts snowing. A couple passes with it, and then okay, let's bring this thing in close, have a look at it. Okay, so one of the things that make this thing awesome to me is look at the yaw rate. The yaw rate is really fast. It's a speedy yaw rate on here. However, you can control it and to give it slight inputs, and everywhere in between you're able to execute the yaw and the inputs on this thing. So You can do nice pirouettes. You can do nice funnels like this with it. Then you can do wide turns and bank turns with it, wide funnels. I mean, like another quad that comes to mind that had a fast yaw that I wasn't able to do that with is the LS124. That thing has a yaw rate just as fast as this. However, you can't control the yaw rate to the degree that you can control the yaw rate on this. So it was hard to bank turns and do funnel turns with it. But this thing, no problem with any of that. And this quad is awesome. It's an awesome flyer. It's fast, it's powerful. You can do inverted flight with it. I still haven't figured out how to program the flip to a switch on here. However, if you just turn it upside down, it'll change switch orientation like that. So this was just a quick test and demo and showing of the Blade Nano QX 3D. And I'm at LVC a little early now because of the temperature out here. It's pretty cold out here. And I probably shouldn't be flying it inverted like this with this darn snow out here. So that's it. The Blade Nano QX 3D. Thanks for watching.